Good afternoon, noonday, night. Hope everybody's doing well. Today's video, playing Gibraltar. And somebody asked me in the chat, how do you play D.Va? So I spent pretty much the whole game talking about what I was doing, certain like plays I make in the game, why all this. Actually pretty cool. I haven't done that in a while, so I hope everybody here enjoys it. If you like the video, hit the like button. Sub to the channel if you haven't. Let me know in the comments if you like stuff like this. And hope you all have an amazing day. There we go. Done. Could I briefly describe what D.Va's job as a tank is? Well, that's actually somewhat difficult, because to be completely honest with you, D.Va has a lot of stuff you have to do as D.Va, which is what... D.Va is one of those heroes that it's why some people will say D.Va just feeds the whole time, like in general, like, oh, they'll be like, D.Va's bad, and then like D.Va's like actually really strong. D.Va's pretty much good at just about... Your job as D.Va is to, and this is the best way to describe it, your job as D.Va is to peel the backline while being able to help your main tank, while being able to eat the damage, eat the grab, fall back to your backline, be able to save your backline, fly up to the high ground to save your tank, get on their backline and get on their Ana as you're doing that, go back, peel the tracer off of your backline, be able to keep your main tank alive while falling back to your teammates, also kill 3 people halfway between that and go all the way back. And if you don't do that, well then well. But that's the thing with D.Va. D.Va pretty much is doing a bunch of different stuff, and then it's really about what your decision making is within your team fight while you're playing D.Va, and that's how you improve as D.Va. Because if I just, like, for example, if I play D.Va like I'm playing Ryan Zarya, like with Ryan D.Va, then I won't be able to do as much value on D.Va because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do if I'm playing D.Va like Zarya, right? D.Va's about that decision you make in each team fight and how you do it. Now, for example, there's some comps. For example, when I play against Brig Zen like Echo or like Mercy Zen, you know, Echo or whatever like that, and they're just sitting there doing 6,000 damage, I still don't know what to do half the time against that comp. But against certain comps, I know what to do because, you know, I know, like, for example, I'm going to start with my tank here, and then eventually I'm going to go to my backline if they need it, but they probably don't need it because of, like, the way that the defense is going to be set up, right? It's very different on how it works with D.Va. Bring no bash? Very different how it works. Now I'm going to push card because nobody else is. But I want to go high ground and dive with my teammates, and you can see they're up there. And then they died. Can't do anything. Do I think they should make new borders for your level? I think they're gonna get rid of them, if I'm correct. I mean, the philosophy they had could have changed, but if I'm correct, they're probably gonna get rid of that. They didn't want to like add any more borders or add anything else because I think they want to get rid of that whole system. I could be wrong too, but I remember there was a lot of talk about like they didn't like those and they didn't like the idea of having it in the game. No. Oh, my bad. Break bubble, please. I can get on D.Va. D.Va can maybe die. Winston's gonna have ult, but position's pretty good right now, so I can't really D.Va. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm like thinking of something different with that. Like for example, I know they didn't like the idea of gold guns, or excuse me, like the idea of having gold guns be an incentive in rank. I think they didn't like. Which I mean, my guess is like you could probably still have gold weapons in rank. You just would want to make it so there's more opportunity for everybody to get gold guns, so you're not forced to play rank in order to get gold guns. Does that make sense? I think that's what they mean by that. But if they're going like if they're changing up the style of the way the game is, so for example, and I talked about this before in stream, and more likely this is what will happen, and maybe not. I mean, who knows? They talk about how they want all, like, in general, they want all their games to have that Warzone style of how they do, like, everything, which is like the Battle Pass system, and probably have a shop with, like, different stuff and things like that. You know, what you've seen in, like, Apex, you've seen in Fortnite. Pretty much a lot of games do that model now. More than likely, that's the model you'll see across the board. So they may not even have gold weapons to do because they have different customizations for weapons that you would have in comparison to what you have now with customization. So that could change a lot, too. A lot of that could change based off of what's happening. I mean, with D.Va bombs, this goes back to kind of like what I was talking about. Like, it's all situational. I mean, a lot of Overwatch is that. Like, a lot of it isn't like, because I'll get asked that question, like, oh, who am I supposed to grab? It's like, well, what's happening in the team fight? It's not like automatically just grab Ana every single time, even though if you can kill Ana every single time with a grab, it's a great grab, right? You don't need to get a 6-man grab, but you don't need to get 6 people in it, right? But like, I say it's very situational to how that works. So it's not as like, oh, I should always D.Va bomb this, D.Va bomb, you know, D.Va bomb that. Like, no, it's more about situational and how it plays. Break bubble, please. Winston's 1, nice. D.Va's gonna be low. Nice job. I'm laughing really hard. They could have easily touched the point there, but they didn't. So. ulted there because their whole team was there and they already used their bubble, so I get a free kill. If we can keep the snowball going here in second, we can get through second really easily and go to third. Now, how are we going to do that? We're going to have to nano our Winston. If we nano our Winston and get a pick right away, we should be in a good spot unless they counter with Brigo, right? That's in theory what should happen to play. Now, obviously, it's ranked and that doesn't happen exactly expected. You can nano Winston here soon, too. So our Genji went in and died, so that's not a good start, right? And they Brigo. So now they're probably going to win this team fight because we were down one from the get-go and then they counter with Brigo. But you'll take a Brigo, you'll take the counters they just did and go, okay, go to the next fight because that's pretty good for us, right? They use Nano and they use Brigo. So now we go back in again. We don't have any ultimates because we lost that, so we need to rely on Winston to get a good ultimate here, and then we go back in again on D.Va. Now will that happen? Once again, it's ranked. Play a little bit different than how we normally play if you're in a match or a scrim. So, there you go. See, it's very situational on how it goes. If they didn't Brig out there, we probably get a trade there and then we win the fight. We're on high ground. Ashe is... Hanzo's very low. I pretty much have to commit to this because I don't have any HP anyway. So I probably wouldn't be able to survive that and get D.Va out of mech too, but... Pretty obvious Wisp was going to ult that because they did the strat where they jump back and then they immediately want to go back in, so they're ult. There you go. Break. Nice. Now we have to wait on cart. Sit here, fall back. Wait, push cart. Keep pushing it for a second. They're waiting on my team. Good to go. Go for the Ana. There's a Hanzo up here too, so I can get both of them to peel back, which then give our team the cart and a free second point. There we go. But as you can see, the thought process when I'm playing D.Va is a lot different, and even then, it doesn't mean it's the correct play during that time, right? A lot of the time, when I'm playing, I try to work with my team as much as I can, and sometimes, if they're not working with you as well, or they're not like playing the team, like the team play style, you need to try to adjust your play style based off of that too. So for example, if in my mind I think that the Brig is always going to be with me and be able to like bash them whenever I go in, but the Brig never does that and sits in the back line, then I have to change my play style. I can't keep going forward and have them roll me over and over again because that's happening, right? That will happen in rank sometimes, like a lot of players where we expect that, and then I have to adjust my play style based on what's happening, right? So I'm going to ult because they just use Winston Bubble, and then die to the back end of that ultimate. That was my bad, because I didn't think the tail of the ult would kill me there. So that was a bad ult. Now I'm going to go with Zarya. I'm going to bubble my Winston. That's like how it is. Like a lot of the time that happens in rank 2 where like in scrims, players will want to go take high ground at Sigma, and they'll have a Brig with them, but then they'll get into the game, they'll go high ground, and then the Brig won't go with them, or they won't be on Brig, and then the whole strategy is different than what it would be in ranked in comparison. Right? Winston's half? Winston's still pretty low. I'm gonna bubble you, Brig. That didn't work. D.Va's low behind us.
Come on.
Brig can die. She has no bash. Brig wins the bubble on card for me, please. I can get my ult too. D.Va flew in our backline. Watch out. She might go for somebody.
No C9, no C9.
I'm on still. Winston's dead.
No C9.
Good job. Like I said, a lot of the problem there with how everything's played is the decision making is very much based off of a lot of what's happening in the game, and it's like there's like a certain way you can play with comps, and there's just certain ways that you have to just adjust on how it's going, right? So for example, like I said, a good strategy on King's Row ranked, not ranked, in scrims is, and it is good to change. Like I said, I don't scrim anymore, but like you'll see teams will take Sigma, they'll put Sigma on the high ground above, they'll play an off angle and Brig, or like usually Brig or Zen will be up there with them, right? In ranked, a lot of times players don't take that position. So you go, do I go up there? Is it worth it? Maybe. But if the other team reacts to it correctly, then you're dead. So you have to make that adjustment mid-game. And a lot of Overwatch is making that adjustment mid-game. It's really recognizing what isn't working as a team and what is working, and then being able to capitalize on that in-game as it's happening. A lot of the time, though, it's like, you know, yeah, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, the Widow will be across the map on Dorado, and you keep going to the same exact spot every single time, and the Widow keeps killing you. And you can't take the 1v1 because it's not Widow versus Widow. It's like you just keep going to the same spot and Widow keeps watching for it. So if you make a slight adjustment and you have your teammates go left side and they work together, then you can take away that part of the map for them and then you can win, right? But it's all dependent on how your team reacts to it. Because sometimes it's very how the teamwork is that way too. Curry, thanks for the 43 months of the tier 1. Appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks. But there's a lot to it. That's why when it comes to like improving and like climbing in rank, a lot of the time, watching yourself back and how you play specifically is a good way to improve. Because a lot of the time, when you're playing, you know, you're not making those adjustments quite yet. Then when you start to watch yourself back, you can go, wait a second. I realized I just ran in a straight line at a Widow 27 fights in a row. And you watch it from their point of view and you go, wow, if I was on Widow, I would have gotten those kills too. And then you realize, okay, next time you play, you only do that 13 times in a row because you remember that you did that 27 times in a row on the map before, and then you make those adjustments. That's why watching yourself back and improving off of that can help a ton, because you're able to learn and see what you're doing wrong in those situations, because you're not going to have unless you're 6-stacking, you're not going to have the same teammates every single game either, right? So a lot of the time, the one thing you control in those games is how you're playing and what you're able to get better at and improve at, right? So when I watch this stuff back and help you on. Grayscale, thanks for the 3 months of the tier 1. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, I was already shooting.
Sorry.
Back away. Well, oh god, you went back in. Briggs on her Ash. I might be able to kill Brig with you.
Hey. Purple bench, please.
I'm gonna ult this fight. Juicy, thanks for the gifted sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks. Wasn't my best ult. I saw it was low HP, so I wanted to just basically get my suit back and maybe get a kill off of that, but then we got 2 kills, so it was even worse. Thanks for the gifted sub. Appreciate it. Way off topic though. I definitely am looking forward to PvE eventually when it's out. I think we'll be able to have a ton of fun with both the PvE and the PvP when it's out. Great bubble.
Love you all in chat and one. Hope everyone is having a great week.
Thanks for 100 bits, Andy. Appreciate it. Thank you. Hope you're having a great week too. Nice picks. At this point, I have to stay near the cart. We killed 3. I can probably stay alive on cart, so I don't think we need to worry about that. Watch out, Winston. If you come back this way, I can maybe... It's fine. They can't win this fight, unless they blade. Even then. May help our cast. And you know, deflect 1. Nice. I'm gonna ult soon, so use bubble. Okay, now I need to back away. Pick. I don't think I need to ult. Jump.
With the one? Go.
Oh, mob pushing point. Okay, wait a second. I don't think it's worth ulting this. I don't think it's worth it. See, like, I don't even know where to ult there. I don't even know where I can get a good ult off, to be honest. Like, I just don't even know where I would ult.
Place it fight on.
There's my ult. Ult in now. You're gonna either have to Winston bubble it, or I'm gonna get maybe a kill. The Winston bubble it, okay. Huge. I'll go dying card.
Bye.
Look at ult. Card's not moving, so There you go. Car's gonna move.
D.Va re-engaging. Do something. Routing power area.
Okay,
I'm tapping point. I'm tapping point. Nice flash. Baby D.Va can die. Huge. So in that situation, that's an example of like when you want to react to like what's happening. The moment, so I wanted to do damage to them. The moment I saw our cast go for high noon, I immediately stopped what I'm doing there and try to DM the cast and stand in front of the cast. Because that's like a way we're going to win the fight. And it worked out. They got a high noon that didn't get any value, but they had to use cooldowns and he was able to get a flash and do a kill. See that? That's what I'm talking about where it's situational on how you do that. Love, thanks for the 3 months that tier 1 pre. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you.
God, come on.
Anna has no nade on their team. Okay, so only opportunity to get a kill here is to ult that way because they just use bubble. They can't bubble that off. We got a kill. Now it's like, can we win the fight? I want to back up a little bit to give our teammates a little bit of space to get out of the spawn door. So if I go here, they have to focus on me back here. So that's why I'm going there, right? See? Now our teammates can get out of the door. Obviously, their Winston's ult in our door, but that gives us time to be able to maybe get some value. Their team fell back, and now we have control of the point again. Right? If I stay on the front of the point here, then they can play in front of the cart, and then they can just win the fight because they can keep us at the doorway. Now, we haven't won yet, obviously. Anna no nade. I don't even know if they're going to win this fight. I think they have too many good ultimates right now to be able to actually... Maybe not. It depends. It depends. This is a tough one to say. They're Anna pushing to our spawn doors, but... Yeah, they have rig ult. They have you can't win that. It's tough. So. The way it plays right here is different in general. Their brick fell right in front of us. Brick can definitely die. Oh, our Bastion died. Huge trade. Winston won. Nice. Cam, thanks for the 5 months of the tier 1. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks.
Oh, no.
Come, Anna can die. Anna's one. Nice.
We are one.
Break.
Winston. Nothing.
Ash is very low right side. Winston can die. Nice. Let's go. Bubble you. Break bubble on point, please. I can't stay on cards, dude. So you know. Grace is very low. Break bubble on point, please. I have grab in like 2% if we need it. I don't think we do yet. I think Bob's on high ground, right? So we're in a pretty decent spot to survive.
Ash one.
I have no support.
I'm not sure where my grab's gonna be, to be honest. Card. 3 in it. Briggs one. Nice. So obviously there I use the other side of the card so D.Va can't eat it. The most important thing I had to do there was pay attention to where their D.Va was. Then I just ult the cart because they can't eat it. It's on the other side of the cart. There you go. We have Brig ult coming up. We get that, we're gonna be good to go. D.Va flew to cart. Break bubble, please. It's me live. I can definitely win this fight. Bubble G Tracer for now. And his left side.
I know one.
Oh my, save my teammate. Break bubble, please. Might die to that. I don't know where it is. Okay, so I grabbed, but it wasn't good. That was just a warning grab. Kill Bob, everybody. Wait, Bob's in a bad spot.
I know one.
I might be dead here, Chan. No! My bad. That was a panic grab by me. That was my bad. This could be a 50 elim game, too. You could be looking at a 50 elim game.
60 seconds.
Actually, match. I don't know what comp they're running right now. Okay, so what is happening?
Routing power to forward shield. Get through this.
I don't even know if I'll get 50 limbs. They're not even going for the card right now. Shoot Bastion in the back, maybe, if you can.
Tactical visor activated.
Yeah, I don't think I'm actually getting it because they just sat in the back. I'm gonna be at 49. I got 48. You gotta be kidding me!
Victory.
Oh, GG's. That was a good game, though. That was a good game, though.